Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Part number 2.
Two.
Exactly, he took my spot today since he can't really talk, so there you go.
I'm a little hoarse.
Part 2, WrestleMania 20, as we were on the fast lane, the road to WrestleMania 31.
Live.
Over live, that's true.
Live from the Levi Stadium.
Levi Stadium.
You know they ain't got to pay for the Levi Stadium or the place the Hall of Fame. It's free.
And the Hall of Fame will probably be the same location they'll do the Raw. They usually always do that, same location. Free because that area knows that they're going to get so much money off of that. They don't really need the money for the venue, the 2 venues. They don't really need that money because they're going to get it back in all the taxes people have to pay to get the hotels, all the taxes from the food.
They're going to make a killing.
All the taxes. I mean, when we went to WrestleMania, me and the wife went to WrestleMania in Miami. It was insane just to park in the grass, people.
Wow.
Not even in a deck, not even a huge deck, in the grass. $40 to park on the grounds of the Miami Dolphins Stadium, which I don't even remember the name of the stadium. But anyway, where the Miami Dolphins played.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, me and the wife went to WrestleMania 27.
Oh, Lord.
We left our vehicle at the hotel and just rode the tram.
I don't blame you, Bo. I don't think we didn't have that option because we were in a whole
Still,
other
was
city.
a lot to ride the stupid tram, and you got to get there on time and wait.
Exactly. Because we didn't have that luxury. We were near like Hollywood, Florida. So we were like down the road because everything was booked already, of course.
Of course.
But
well,
yes.
Let's talk about this week's WrestleMania 20.
WrestleMania 20. Some little fun facts for you. Madison Square Garden became the first venue to host WrestleMania for a 3rd time. WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 10, WrestleMania 20. And they did not do a 4-peat with WrestleMania 30 because they were smart. Because you can't get that many people in.
You thought I was going to do it again. But they
I
want
thought
to
they were going
get
to
the bigger stadiums. Now,
but they stayed in the area,
keep
though,
pissing
didn't they?
people off,
Right.
and the crowds start dwindling.
They'll go back to these arenas like
Then,
this.
35, they'll be back in Madison Square Garden again.
Because 30, they stayed in the New York, New Jersey area, right? Isn't that New York?
30 was in New Orleans.
New Orleans. 29 was New York, New Jersey.
But they're stadiums.
It's true.
Yes.
Number 2, this marks the first time that Shawn Michaels has been in the final match since fighting through his career-altering injury at WrestleMania
14.
Exactly. I'm not good with Roman numerals. Also, Triple H versus Chris Benoit. Oh my goodness. Versus Shawn Michaels was the first triple threat match that was the main event of any WrestleMania.
It's amazing.
It's amazing, but we can't talk about who won the match.
Oh, we have to when we get down to it.
We will.
WrestleMania 20 was the last WrestleMania for Paul Bearer.
That's sad.
And probably all the managers, too.
Probably so. Also,
it's amazing that was his last WrestleMania. I would never would have guessed the 20.
Maybe he came back later, but he was not involved anymore in WrestleMania, so he came back and did other shows. The tagline was "Where it all begins." ... Again.
It was early March 14th,
I know.
2004.
Different, huh?
Yeah, a little early. Usually the beginning of April, the end of
Beginning of
March.
April, yes, exactly. Attendance was only 18,000 because that meant not many people could get in there.
And it was at the haunted hall of Madison Square Garden.
We had John Cena in the opening match. No, don't adjust your YouTube channel here, people. Yes, John Cena was in the opening match of the card.
And
that'll never happen again.
And it was for the United States Championship.
And he defeated the champion, The Big Show, which they made a big deal about how he picked up The Big Show for the FU at the time, which is now the Attitude Adjustment, which he's done it like 1,000 times since then. So guess what? It takes away
it does.
What's it called?
Mystique.
There you go. But that was 9 minutes and 13 seconds. John Cena won the U.S. Championship.
Coming up next was the title, the World Tag Team Championships. It was a fatal 4-way, which was 7 minutes and 52 seconds for 4 teams. That's pretty short.
Actually had tag
But you had the champions, Booker T and RVD, defeat Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak. The Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon, and La Resistance, Rene Dupree and Rob Conway.
I enjoyed La Resistance.
7:52, fatal 4-way. That's a little quick.
Yeah, a little quick. It happens, though. Because
It
they had
does
to give
happen.
time for number 4. I mean, yeah, see, number 3 and number 4 really was long.
Yeah, but
Number
still.
3 was Christian defeating Chris Jericho at 14 minutes and 50 seconds, and this was where we saw Trish
Trish.
Everybody's lovely Trish. Everybody loved Trish Stratus. They wanted the Stratus faction. Ladies and gentlemen, they tried a little something different. They turned her heel, and she went with Christian. And they stood at the top of the walkway, and they just made out vigorously. It was insane.
Some tongue
yes,
tussle.
It was a lot.
Tongue hockey.
One of them was married, and one of them was with her fiance for like 20 years before they ever got married. But still, it was awkward. It was very weird. It was very awkward.
That was 1450 channel match.
1450.
Yes. When we get 752 for a fatal 4-way tag match.
They told a great story in that other match, in the singles match.
They did. It was not thrown together. It was a long drawn out thing.
There was a long feud there with that. Yes.
They had the girls. They made a bet. The girls found out. They went back, and then you had the turn. So
Which Lita wasn't even involved in this, but
no, she was not. The fourth match was 17 minutes on the nose.
On the nose.
It was a 3-on-2 handicap match, as it was Evolution, Randy Orton, Batista, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair defeating the Rock and Sock Connection, The Rock and Mick Foley.
And this, I think, was the last appearance for The Rock until he did this thing with John Cena, I think.
To Once in a Lifetime?
I think so.
Yeah, it may have been.
The Once in a Lifetime twice.
It wasn't in our things, though.
So it wasn't in our things, but I don't think he wrestled any more WrestleManias until then.
We'll have to see.
We will find out. We will research that, but it's... also, a waste of time. Thank goodness it wasn't that long. A Playboy evening gown match. Oh my goodness, Playboy. We can't talk about that anymore because it's PG or 2 minutes, 41 seconds. Yes, thank goodness they did not give divas that much time back then.
Either, yeah, I know.
Tori Wilson and Sable defeated Stacy Keibler and Miss Jackie, which was not the Miss Jackie you're thinking, not Jacqueline. We're talking about Jackie Data.
Yep, tough enough, Jackie.
Tough enough. Which is down Jackie House.
And now we have the Cruiserweight Open for the WWE Cruiserweight Champion. Yeah, Cruiserweight. The WWE had a Cruiserweight title.
This was the match where the famous Ultimo Dragon tripped and almost busted his face.
But it was 10 minutes and 31 seconds they gave to this, and you had Chavo Guerrero, the champion, with Chavo Classic, which was his daddy.
Chavo Classic. I loved when they brought
defeat the Ultimo Dragon, Shannon Moore, Jamie Noble, Funaki, Nunzio, Billy Kidman when he was skinny.
That's true.
Ray, 619 Mysterio.
Fat Hardy. Fat Kid.
Tajiri and Akio.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people.
And a lot of cruiserweights.
They did have a lot of cruiserweights. Huh, think about that. Isn't that interesting?
Oh.
And they're bringing a lot of cruiserweights into NXT, though.
11 years ago.
And now they got a lot of small people again.
And they're looking at a lot more small people in Ring of Honor. So
yes, I wish they would do cruiserweight.
That's Hunter. That's Hunter doing that. Not Old Man Vince. That's Hunter.
I know, but he needs to bring the title then. It's number 7, the only match
that had a great build-up.
Yeah, great build-up.
And stunk up the joint.
It stunk up the joint, but it stunk up the joint regardless. Even if it was a great match, it would have stunk up the joint because they were both leaving the company at the exact same time. Everybody knew it, so they heckled them the entire time.
I know, something that could have been a great build-up. That could have been a great match.
But the internet ruined it.
Internet ruined it.
Internet ruined the whole thing.
When people knew, when that 18,000, 18,000 knew that it didn't matter who won, who lost.
Exactly.
They were gone. It didn't give a rat's.
And they tried to help the match by making the special guest referee Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they gave them 13 minutes and 42 seconds, which is a long match for the man named Goldberg. Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar,
the Beast.
Which is so strange. Beast incarnate. I figured Brock would have won because he was so much younger. They would have said, well, if he beats Goldberg, it looks good for whenever he comes back, possibly.
I didn't think they was coming back.
But at the same time, though, why give the win to Goldberg? Because they knew they had sour grapes between each other. So why let him win?
No telling.
Very interesting. But Goldberg did defeat Brock Lesnar, and then Stone Cold gave... did he give both of them?
He gave both beers and both stunners.
There you go.
Everybody had a drink, toast, stunner. At least they cheered about that. So
there you go.
The 8th match on the card was another fatal 4-way. This is for the WWE Tag Team Championships and not the World. So they should have 2 sets of belts.
They did a Raw and a SmackDown tag belts.
But the champions, Too Cool, Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty, defeated the world's greatest tag team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, the Basham brothers, Doug and Danny Basham, and the APA, Bradshaw and Farouk. And they 6 minutes and 2 seconds. This was shorter than the World Tag Team Title Fatal 4-Way match.
Sad. But really and truly, the world's greatest tag team should have been the belts. They should have had the belts. Because the Too Cool, I never liked that. But That's just my opinion, and I can have an opinion.
But look who, I mean, that's a good list of people to beat.
Yes, the APX special. I mean, my goodness.
The world's greatest tag to APA. I mean, Basham's, okay.
I liked the Bashams. I think they should have
JBL?
done better with the Bashams. Yeah, they were JBL. That was great. Number 9. Yes, we are already to 9 matches. 9 matches. You didn't hear me wrong. Victoria, the women's
And now we're up
champion.
an hour now in these WrestleManias, and we had to put a match on the pre-show so we can get 7 matches.
Isn't that crazy?
Too much talking. That's what the problem is.
WWE Women's Championship at 5 minutes and 4 seconds. That actually gave them a decent amount of time. My gosh.
That was a special stipulation.
Yes, it was. It was a hair versus title match for the Women's Championship. Victoria, the Women's Champion at the time, was actually a face. I know that's unusual. Defeated Molly Holly, who got that big old head of hair.
She had the cue ball
turned
look.
into a cue ball. Yes, but the gimmick worked. I mean, I thought she did great with it. With the whole going bald thing, I thought she did good with it.
Did well with it. The 10th match at WrestleMania 20
Great match.
was for the WWE Championship at 21 minutes and 33 seconds.
Long time. They told a
The
great story.
champion, Eddie Guerrero,
Yes, you heard that right.
defeated Kurt Angle. What a great match it was.
Amen.
Still to this day.
Still to this day, still talked about. I love when he loosened up his boot and then the boot just came right off.
A roll.
Yep.
It was a roll up, baby.
It was a roll up, hashtag roll up, baby.
Small package, baby. It was a small package, baby. Sorry.
Still kind of a roll up.
Yeah. He rolled him into a ball, yes.
Rolled him into a ball. Number 11, yes, you heard that right. You heard it right. They didn't end it with the WWE Championship.
No,
they did not. The Undertaker with Paul Bearer came back from being the American Bad Booty. Okay? Came back and became the Phenom again and defeated for the second time at WrestleMania at 7 minutes and 47 seconds. Defeated his brother, Kane.
And the 12th match. And the main event of WrestleMania 20.
The guy we're not supposed to talk about.
It was a triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship. Yes, the WCW title. This
one that
title
actually
was the
meant
main event of
something back then.
WrestleMania, yes. The champion, Triple H, lost his title to Chris Benoit and also Shawn Michaels. I think Shawn was the one that submitted.
I think Shawn didn't. Well, I don't know.
Was it Shawn or was it
I think it was Hunter that actually
You
submitted.
think Hunter gave up? What makes it better? Well, it says Chris Benoit defeated Triple H and Shawn Michaels by submission.
I think
So
it was
Triple H was first. I think it was Triple H.
I think it was Triple H. And did you know that I saw his record at WrestleMania? They were saying, but according to his record, he will lose to Sting. He is only 8-10 at WrestleMania.
He don't mind doing the job.
Thank you.
Unlike some people, John Cena.
With certain people now, he'll do it with like legendary people nowadays. But like I think he beat Sheamus that time. I think Sheamus should have got the win. But anyway, 8 matches Hunter has won, and 10 matches he has lost. It'll be 8-11 this year.
It will be.
At WrestleMania
He doesn't need
31.
the win.
He does not need the win. But we want to talk about very quickly.
Who was
inducted into the Hall.
Our Hall of Fame is coming up. We're going to have our Hall of Fame coming up very
We're going to
shortly.
tease a little bit of that pretty soon.
So, who was inducted that year into the Hall of Fame for WrestleMania 20?
We had Big John Studd.
What are you doing, Mom?
We had Don Morocco, The Rock.
The first Rock.
The first Rock. Greg the Hammer Valentine, also of Rhythm and Blues. Yes.
Don't mention that.
Don't mention that to him.
Yes.
Harley Race, which I saw a picture
The King.
of him. I saw a picture of him.
And handsome.
He's pretty much now in a wheelchair. And sad. But I mean, he's had a long career. He's done very well for himself.
Yes.
Jesse the Body Ventura. Yes, they brought him back. They said it's okay that you hate us and that you wanted all your money for being on commentary. Yes, but we'll bring you in Junkyard Dog. That's my mother's favorite wrestler.
Grab them cakes.
That's right. Sergeant Slaughter.
The Tin Chun. You
Exactly.
maggot.
They did a lot of people that year. Wow.
Good.
Superstar Billy Graham, who now wants nothing to do with the Hall of Fame, and he said, take the ring away from me.
There's a lot of people.
Tito Santana El Matador.
Flying Taco.
That's right, and the jalapeno too. And of course, my favorite,
I'm the greatest manager of all times.
Bobby the Brain Heenan. I just rewatched this the other day. What a great little speech he had. It was so funny. And in the Celebrity Hall of Fame, Pete Rose.
He can't make it to the Baseball Hall of Fame, but he's in the Hall of Fame. So.
He is in the Hall of Fame, and it's so funny. Bobby Heenan said, "I'm so sorry, y'all. I bet on wrestling." And Pete Rose just laughed it up. He thought it was great.
That's funny.
It was very funny stuff. But that is WrestleMania 20 and their Hall of Fame that year. And I don't know if you remember what the next week's is. I can't remember either. But next week, episode 50, we will have another WrestleMania to go over.
How many left?
There's not many left for us to get to, but we've only got a couple of more weeks. So we're down to the nitty-gritty, as they like to say. So don't forget that. WrestleMania news as we continue to go forth. And we will begin to talk about our Hall of Fame pretty soon, too. Speaking of Hall of Fame. Don't forget, Part 3 right now. Click on over there for everybody's favorite, your favorite, my favorite, Pierre's favorite over there, just hanging out.
Indy Cat?
Indy Cat, yes. Everybody's favorite.
Strange person over there.
Strange person hanging out over there with her little headphones. Yes. And then the Belt's favorite. Hey, Belt's like stuff like that, too. Countdowns, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming.
Could this be the last WrestleMania for these two?
For these two, possibly. Possibly could be. Ladies and gentlemen, Countdowns
is next in Part 3.
Come back.